Oh, breaking tonight, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office is in mourning after the loss of one of their own in an early morning crash on Interstate 90 near 4 Lakes. KREM 2's Christian Garza shares more with us tonight.
At today's press conference, we learned that 59-year-old Spokane County Sheriff Sergeant Kenneth Salas died after being hit by a motorcyclist while on duty. Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles says Sergeant Salas was just 30 work shifts away from retiring.
Heartbreak and shock.
It's a tough day for our community and for law enforcement.
With grief in his voice, Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles says the organization and the communities never prepared for a tragedy like this.
There was no malice involved in any of this. It was a collision. It was an accident.
An accident that took the life of Sergeant Kenneth Salas, who worked with the Spokane County Sheriff's Office for over 3 decades. Sheriff Knowles says Sergeant Salas was driving near the 4 Lakes exit on I-90 Saturday morning just before 8 when he noticed a hay bale fell off of a truck and onto the road, causing unsafe conditions. As Sergeant Salas helped clean up the hay, the Sheriff's Office says a motorcyclist failed to slow down in time and hit both Sergeant Salas and his patrol car. Both Sergeant Salas and the motorcyclist were sent to the hospital. However, the sergeant later died from his injuries. During a press conference, Sheriff Knowles shared that Sergeant Salas recently talked with him about retiring next month.
And he had spent time sharing with me what his plans were for the next 2 years. And he was at peace with his decision to retire. And today, he ended up having to pay a price that no one should have to pay.
While speaking with the media following the crash, the sheriff reflected on the type of person Sergeant Salas was, describing him as the nicest man you could ever meet.
I think he took the idea of being a servant leader to heart, and I think the men and women who worked with him and worked for him would tell you that they just absolutely loved working for him.
Sergeant Salas is survived by his wife. Sheriff Knowles says arrangements are currently in the works to honor him. The motorcyclist remains in the hospital with serious injuries.
Sheriff Knowles says if the community would like to pay their respects, they can do so at the Law Enforcement Memorial right outside the Public Safety Building. In Spokane, Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.